Hello everybody, welcome to my new video regarding with the air pistols. I've done a similar video in Turkish right after the Olympics sensation that Yusuf Dikeç and İlay Tarhan created in Turkey. There has been a demand that people wanted to know more about how to begin to 10-meter air pistol discipline. So after this video, it's been watched multiple thousand times, which I'm quite happy about this. Some people asked me to make a similar video in English. That's why I'm doing this video. I hope to help the people who's considering to start 10-meter air pistol, that they know what they need as a beginner and what they might need as they progress in their skills and in their training. So who am I? If you never watch my channel, my name is Tuhan Teratar. Actually, I'm a civil engineer. I'm living in Switzerland. I'm really active in sport shooting, mainly in pistol shooting. I'm shooting 10 meter, 25 meter, 50 meter pistol, also 50 meter rifle and 300 meter rifle. So my best score in air pistol is 573. Not the Olympic level, but it's quite good actually, not bad. That's why I think I feel confident to talk about what people might need to start this wonderful sport. Okay, so as we start, definitely we need a air pistol. So I mean, 10-meter air pistol discipline makes sense to have a 10-meter ISSF legal air pistol to start the sport. I don't have like state-of-the-art air pistols. I have two air pistols. One is this Morini. This is a shorter version with mechanical trigger. This pistol is almost like 15 years old at least. This was a second hand that I purchased, so it was not first hand that I purchased. So far I'm good about this. I've won the 5th place in Swiss Championship last year with this pistol. I needed to add this weight as to increase the stability a bit, as this is a shorter version. But overall, I'm quite happy with this. So you need at least a pistol which is ISSF legal to start training, of course. My other pistol is this Hammerli 480. This is an even older pistol that started its life with a carbon dioxide driven pistol that was then converted to pressed air version with this fat tube here, which then I changed that tube to this more like long tube, but this has some shortcomings. It's a great pistol overall. I purchased this back then for my son, that I was hoping that he would be also interested in sport shooting, but didn't work well. But I keep this as my spare pistol. I still train with this time to time, as its trigger is not as good as the Morini. This helps me to correct my trigger errors also in Morini. That's why I use this pistol also for training purposes. So I will make another video about this pistol, about does it make sense to invest to an older pistol. I purchased this to a very cheap price. Does it make sense to have an old technology, an old pistol to start? Still, can you compete with this or not? So we will make a separate video later on about this pistol to cover this topic. But for now, our content is more about the minimum material that you would need to start 10-meter air pistol discipline. So you have the pistol, of course, then you would need the pellets. I normally use the more expensive RWS R10 match pellets for matches, for competition, and for training I use another cheaper brand. This is also manufactured by Top Shot is a brand of Cell Labello, actually. So the price of this is half of this one. That's why for training I mainly use this, and for competition I use this. As in 10 meters sport pistol you shoot a lot. Even the price of the pellets are not that expensive. If you sum up and if you consider the total amount that you need to shoot, still having a cheaper pellet for training makes sense, unless you have a sponsor, or if you don't have a family and kids like me that you can spare your money on the quality pellets. So pellets, pistol, I think is clear. Without them we cannot really start our journey. Second thing that you would need is a target. Either you might have an access to a shooting range with 10-meter targets, then this is perfect, go there. Maybe you need a membership to your club. I don't know how it works. Here in Switzerland you need to be a member of a club, and if your club has a 10-meter shooting range, then the membership also covers that part. That normally 10-meter range you can use whole year. At least in my case, I can use it whole year. Then you can train whole year with your air pistol without a problem. If not, if you don't have an access to a shooting range, then you can make your own shooting range. This is more easier compared to a fired pistol, actually, to have a range for an air pistol. I also practice at home time to time. Mainly I make blanks at home. These are some blanks that I shot earlier. For that you need a trap for your pellets. As the pellets are lead and your trap is steel, once it enters it deforms, and with this angle it falls into this. There's a small container here. The pellets fall here. I will show my setup later on. I also made a cardboard cover that nothing jumps out, ricochet and so on, just to be sure about this. This is my homemade air pistol training setup, that I had my pellet trap here that I can use either a blank card or a card with the ISSF air pistol 10-meter air pistol target. I'm using this cardboard to be sure that nothing spreads around, and then what you need is a 10-meter distance to this target. Then you can easily start training with your air pistol at home. I mainly practice blanks at home, but I also practice targets at home. That's why you also need a target which is for 10-meter air pistol. This is a ISSF legal target. It's a smaller version, as my pellet trap is smaller than the official targets, but doesn't make sense. Doesn't matter for me. Sometimes I stick a white card here to extend the white area a bit to ease my eye. It depends on how you need it. You can just make your setup accordingly. So you need a target, a pellet trap, and you need a 10-meter long space actually. Even if you don't have a 10-meter space, then you can print out scaled down versions of the targets for 3-meter, 4-meter, 5-meter, whatever space you have, and you can still practice at home on the scaled down targets, or you can start practicing on blanks like me, which is a great thing to work on blanks. I recommend everybody to train on blanks to improve your technique. So this is the other thing that you need to have. So it's the pistol, the pellets, and the space. If you have these three, then you can start immediately. What comes later is, I'm 48 years old. My eyes are not like they were when I was younger. That's why I need some glasses. But previously I also didn't need a glass. But to focus on the front side, we tend to close one of our eyes. Some people, like Yusuf Dikeç, as he became famous with his stance and the way he aims, some people doesn't need to cover one eye, but I do. And if you cover your eye with blinking it, by time, blinking this eye also make the other eye tired, and then you start seeing everything blurry. That's why we need to keep the eye open, but still cover it with something. So in this case, I used to use this thing that I put on my head, and with this part actually, then I was able to cover my eye. Then I was aiming with my both eyes open, but still can focus on the front side. So this is the first step that I had when my eye was seeing better, but with time, I also start needing to use a wear eyeglass for reading. At this point, actually, I needed a glass with a correction. If you use your reading glasses, you have the risk to focus on the rear side rather than front side, because the distance of the glass to your eye also adjusts where you can focus more. In our case, with 10-meter air pistol, we want to focus on the front side, not the rear side. That's why this fancy looking glasses start to be used. You know, I have some couple of other things that I use, but you don't need them. Let me take them out, that we can start explaining what this glass is all about. There's no magnification on this. There's no fancy thing. There's no focusing aid. This is just a corrected glass, the same glass that you would have on your reading glass. Just that with this frame, when you aim, you can adjust the place of the glass in a way that when you turn your head, the center of the glass also comes to the center of the rear side and the front side. So this is the only thing. Look, if you look at me like now, you see that the glass is a bit on the right side, but when I twist my head to aim, actually, then the center of my eye comes directly aligned with the center of the glass. So this is what it does actually. So this is just a reading glass that you can adjust the place of the glass as you need to see the front side sharp. That's it. As I shoot 10 meter, 25, 50, and a competition takes more than 1 hour. Sometimes we start early in the morning and we finish like when there is no sun, we start, and then as we finish, the sun comes out. The brightness that you see on the target changes even during the competition. That's why I prefer using a color filter that regulates the sunlight actually, that even if it's brighter or less bright during a period, with this filter, it makes me see the target with the same contrast. So that's why I use this. I don't have to. Sometimes I take it out, especially if it's darker, I take this out, and if it's brighter, I put this on. And this also, sometimes the ambient light is too much for my eye. This is me actually. It changes from person to person. I may need to use this to adjust the light that comes on my eye, that I can see again the front side sharp enough to focus. Okay, so this is what you might need as you progress, or if your eye is not good already, you can already start having a glass for shooting. This is up to you. I would first try without, and even maybe for some people their glasses are good enough that they just need to cover one of the side and they can continue shooting. If it doesn't help, you can have a shooting glass to make it easier for you. So as we progress, then what we said, as we progress, now we also have a shooting glass. And we practice. By the way, there's one thing I forgot. If you buy a second-hand pistol, be aware that it comes with its adapter to fill the tube. So this is very important. These tubes can be filled with a hand pump or a scuba diving tube, but you need this adapter. So if you are buying a second-hand air pistol, make sure that it comes with its adapter. So it's very important. One other thing that you need is not a must. I mean, you can shoot it without, but I highly recommend that you use ear protection. Air pistol is not that loud, but still it's loud enough that after having 100 shots, we want to protect our ears. Plus, ear protection gives the anticipation to the shooter that the recoil is less, as like psychological. But earplugs are very important. I use these very simple earplugs. There are other variants. You can also use like overhead ones that cancels all the noise. It's also good if you start competing and if you want to concentrate more and isolate yourself from the ambient noises. These big ones are also okay. I sometimes use them, not especially, but if I shot 25-50 meter pistol, I always use these big ones to protect my ears. So ear protection we also mentioned. The target we mentioned. The stance is very important. As we stay still for hours, of course, our body sometimes tends to swing back and right, forth, right or left. This is normal. This is human anatomy. So then you might need to or want to wear shooting shoes. There are a couple of brands, couple of versions of this. This is a version without any heels. If you have a chance, try with heels and without heel models. This makes your feet press on the ground evenly, and this supports you somehow during this long time of standing still. So you don't have to. Many Olympic shooters are not using them at all. Try it. Just you cannot use like military boots that the shoe cannot support your ankle. This is important, that any other type of shoe is legal to use. Try, find what fits best for you. I prefer these. I've been wearing this for a long time. They are not very cheap, but this is one-time investment, so it was okay for me. One other thing that you might need, our front sight and back sight needs to be black. And it cannot be black enough. So because our target is white, and and on the target you have this black circle. You look at here, but you tend to look at your target. So your eye tends to focus here, not on your front sight. So this is your front sight. I have a picture. Give me a second. Here it is. So this is this black. These are my rear sight, front sight alignment, and I want to focus here. I want to see this one like gray, like blurry, but my eye tends to focus here because it's easier. It's not moving, it's stable, it's bigger. My eye tends to focus here rather than here, and then you miss the shot. So you cannot shoot while focusing on your target. You need to focus on your sights. And that's why having a black front and back rear sight is very, very important. And it cannot be black enough. So there are some ways to make it blacker. So this lighter actually makes it blacker. You may want to use this maybe once in 2 months or whatever, as you feel that you need it, to make your sights blacker. Then it's easier for you to focus on them. Okay, so these are the minimum material that you would need, then you need to practice. So the basics are the most important, as for all sports are. So practice your basics, and practice with 10,000, 20,000 shots to make your basics, and your muscles remember the basics, 10,000, 20,000 shots. And then you can focus on the small details. So first 10, 20,000 shots, just focus on basics. Even I come back and focus on basics time to time. So sometimes I feel that I need to correct my stance. Sometimes I feel that I need to correct my grip. So time to time I go back and start from the basics also. So I think all shooters are doing this. Yeah, so that's all. If you have any questions, please write it on the comments, and see you in the next one.